are here at the MinEx CRC Annual Conference and I'm with Fernando Fontana. Thank you for talking to me, Fernando.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's awesome to talk to you. So you did your PhD through the MinEx CRC program. Can you talk me through how you got involved to begin with?
Yeah, so everything started in 2016. I was back in Brazil. I was born in Brazil. I always knew that I wanted to do a PhD.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something, but I knew that it had to be something that I was really passionate about, and it would be like a good move for my career as well. So I saw the MinEx CRC online on LinkedIn for the first time. I saw two projects that I got interested in. Started talking to Caroline via email. And then during that time, I had a conference to go in Chile, the SEG, in 2016. Going to that conference, Caroline told me to talk to Jess from CSIRO and some other people involved in the project. So I actually met some of my supervisors there. And I think since that chat, I knew that there was a project for me.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
That's awesome. And what a cool way to come across it to begin with. And so your PhD was focused on LIBS, particularly with downhole assay. Yep. Can you talk to me a bit about your research?
Yes, sure. So yeah, the PhD was Laser-Induced Breakdown Spectroscopy for downhole chemical assay. That was the title. LIBS is the acronym for Laser-Induced Breakdown Spectroscopy. It was a very interesting project because it was pretty much we were trying to take a tool that is normally used in the lab and deploy the tool downhole. So there was a lot of tests, a lot of things to understand about sampling and sample preparation. I think one of the good advantages of LIBS is you don't need much of sample preparation. So the technique was already selected. It was LIBS, but comparing to other ones, it's a big advantage. And then during the research, we kind of learned so much. We started testing things. We started getting rocks dirty and seeing if we could remove that dirt with the first shots of the laser, and then analyze, get the fifth one, for instance, which will be ablating the rock, not anything on the contact of the laser with the rock, because we knew that the environment in the borehole has everything. You can have mud cakes, you can have oil. So there was that part, and there was the part as well of comparing surface analytical technique to whole rock geochemistry, which is the gold standard. In our industry, we get we drill core, we cut in half, and then we send to a lab, and we do the best that we can for assay. And I think one of the big pieces of the project was, can we emulate that? Can we replicate those results with this tool down a borehole or a synthetic borehole?
Yeah. So how'd that go?
It went really well. I think in the beginning was a little bit tricky because of the pandemic. We had some plans of creating the synthetic borehole, and I think things got delayed a little bit. But we found ways, and I think more than chemistry, actually, we realized that there's so much information in the spectra data and in the raw data that we could use for mineralogy and also for mineral chemistry. And everything kind of came together as a very more geological than I thought that it would be the project. Because I think in the beginning I thought, okay, I do need to learn about this technique, which I think I did a little bit, but it was also a lot about geology as well. It was really interesting and a good mix.
Yeah, that's awesome. And your pet rock was a big piece of your PhD, is that right? Yeah. Can you talk us through?
Of course.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. So this is the what we call smart hole version 1.
Yeah.
So this was the first attempt to mimic a borehole.
Yeah.
So we had 22 different rock blocks here, from marble to granite to gabbros. We did characterize them pretty well. So we did mineralogy, XRD, we did chemistry. So we knew exactly what they were and what minerals would be in them. And then what we were doing with the laser, we're pretty much doing these transects in parallel with different amount of shots and different laser power, doing many different tests. But the main idea here was, can we separate all these rocks with solely the raw data that will come from the LIBS? And we did. It was pretty awesome. And we actually found out many other things that about mineralogy and mineral chemistry in the coarse grain rocks.
Yeah.
So I think it was a big success, and when you asked me what's my favorite rock, I think this piece now is my favorite one.
It's got a bit of everything in it too, so it's good. You'll have to get it framed and hang it up somewhere. Yeah, that is awesome.
I think I'll do.
That is awesome. And so you finished your PhD now, and you are now in industry. Was your MinEx experience a big part of getting into industry?
Yeah, it was. So I finished the PhD almost 3 years ago. I've been working in industry. And it was what got me into the work, into the job that I have now, and with the things that I'm working now. It was really good. I think the opportunity that the MinEx CRC gives to the students, it's really great. Like Caroline TD this morning, she was just updating us with like the post-PhD life update of the ones that finished. I think there was 22 students, and there's a very interesting number, like half, almost half going to industry, another half stay in academia.
Yep.
Some, I think was around half as well, going back to their countries. There's a lot of like people from different countries doing research in MinEx CRC. So it's a very interesting combination. And I think in my case, it was really great. During my project, we had different sponsors from like METS, but also like some of the big mining companies were involved. And that contact and that possibility of me getting in touch with them almost like weekly and monthly sometimes. It was really good. And it was, I think it was fundamental for me finding the position that I wanted and also like me creating the position that I wanted. It's very LIBS orientated, the work that I do now.
Yeah. So you get to use your research into now what you're doing. That's awesome.
It's awesome. I think the PhD allowed me to become maybe like a LIBS SME, and then going to industry and applying that was really great.
And how do you find the transition going from research and academia into industry?
Yeah, I think there are pros and cons on both sides from my experience. One thing that I do like in industry is more like you work with like a bigger team. Like you have more other people like tackling the same problems that you are tackling. I think this is really good, and it brought me a little bit of like a little bit more social into my life, I guess. But during the PhD as well, like I think having the ownership that you have in your project is very important. And I think for me it was really great. Like I do acknowledge my supervisors as well for allowing me to create the project that I wanted to create.
Yep.
And by doing that, like I felt like this is my research and I want to do this. So it was a big motivation as well.
Yep.
So yeah, I think both sides are good. The transition in my case was really good. I did enjoy the move that I did. In the past, I did a master's before and I was in the industry, so I kind of knew what I was expecting.
Yep.
But honestly, I think it was better than I expected.
That's fantastic. Oh, I love this. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me today, and I hope you, enjoy the rest of the conference.
Yeah, I will.